What's up, everybody? This is Lost Dreams 2580, taking a look at another weapon that was added in the Rumbler pack of 17.5. If you haven't had a chance to get it, make sure that you either take and farm it up any way that you want to, or you can just buy the stuff for platinum straight out the market. Now, you can either buy it in the full bundle pack, Rumbler pack, retardation, full Rumbler pack, or you can take and just buy everything individually if you'd like to. Now this Rumbler pack was donated to me by Cthulhu, one of the Steam members of well, obviously Steam, right? On Warframe. Last night we ran live video on the leveling of him, so make sure you check that out. Um, and get other people's feelings and opinions. So the last video I did was on Atlas himself. This time we're going to take and go to the Convectrix. Now this weapon was definitely interesting. Okay, now this weapon is not going to be for everyone. It is a laser shotgun with limited range, much like any of the other stuff in the Rumbler pack was all limited range stuff. As I expressed in the Atlas video, I don't understand why when Atlas is just not the rock he's supposed to be, in my opinion. But anyway, this isn't about Atlas, this is about the Convectrix. I was not happy with any of the weapons. I mean, I do like the actual claw setup, kind of, but all the other weapons kind of look like Minecraft ran amok, and they decided they were going to try to stick some kind of ships on his arms and or also on his back. So, but that aside, cosmetics. I mean, it doesn't really look that bad. It could have been worse. I mean, I do like the functionality of some of the weapons in the bundle. But on this one, let's just cut the chase and go straight into the upgrades here and look at what I'm doing. Now, obviously, I have two left over that I decided not to use. I mean, I didn't really know what I wanted to put on there, so I just left it blank. But anyway, so at base rank, this weapon is not very appeasing to the eyes at all. It does have a decent status chance to start with. Not much on the crit end. Accuracy is not looking good with it, and it does have a very wonky functionality. If you want to see the gameplay of me using it, you're going to have to go look at the leveling, first looks Atlas video and of the stream and see what you think about it, or take and use it. I know that everyone that's looking this stuff up right now is going to take and be going around YouTube looking for different videos and different opinions from different people. But as for me, as a shotgun individual, I'm really not feeling this weapon. It is nice. Don't get me wrong. It works a lot better in the field than it does on paper. The stats and stuff like that really are not that exceptional, and the mechanics. So basically, when you're using the weapon, it starts out kind of like the phage does, all spread out and wide, and works its way in. Now, as it's going in, kind of like the scanner, it does not take and actually wound anything except for where those beams are. And when it comes together, it seems like there's actually a like multiplier on it, and it takes and just cuts it like a scissors. All right, so it definitely is different to use. I did enjoy it. Now, I tried it out two ways, like the normal standard. I'm going to concentrate the beam down and just wipe the floor with everything. This gun definitely needs some punch through. I did not put any on, but I'm not going to plan on using this gun too much more. This is just a basic build, and this is what I can fit on there with the 60 slot capacity that I have. Now, the beam itself, what it appeared, I did not look at any of the stats or look at anyone else's builds to see how far it went and stuff like that, but it only appears to go about 25 meters, if that, and then you're looking at, you need to put on some sinister reach with it to get it to get that little extra on there, which I should probably just stat up the sinister reach. The weapon does rip through things pretty good, especially when status modded. Other than that, I wasn't really impressed by it. There are simple things that are just not good about this weapon. For example, tactical reloads. We all do it. We all know, how important they are when you're getting, mad amounts of hordes around you. Um, you cannot tactically reload this gun until the beam spreads back out and stops. So even though you left off the button, you're looking at about 1 to 2 seconds before you can even get a reload out of the gun. So basically this gun is going to be one of those ones that you're just going to let it reload on your own, which seems to take a little bit more time. Now I don't know. It just seems that way to me. It's just my opinion. Um, Other than that, coupled with him aiming is a pain in the ass because of the fact that all you see is arm and shoulder and then the weapon itself. It has a very numb feel to it, but it does do some decent damage in... I don't know how. I don't know how. All the weapons that he is using, it just seems like all of them do a lot better on the field than they do on paper. So anyway, Charged Shell, Toxic, Barrage, Chilling Grasp, and Blaze. Blaze coupled with Point Blank is going to give you that extra damage and also the Elemental. So I went for the Elemental build and also put Hell's Chamber on there as well too to get the multi-shot. As I said in other videos, I only go to 100% because I like consistency. I like to know that that's what it's going to be every time I pull that trigger. Now with this weapon, um, letting off the trigger or just tapping the trigger is not really that good. It doesn't work well because of the fact that the beams only do damage, not what's inside of the beams. It doesn't, but it does feel like it has that squishing effect. Like in crowd control, it takes and starts out and it just cuts through everything that's in front of it. Like I said, with punch through, it's going to make that very, very effective. So it will be a very epic mid-range, not end-game, but mid-range crowd control weapon. And Sinister Reach I just slapped on there because obviously this weapon just does not have the reach of other weapons. Like, in my opinion, it doesn't feel like it's as good as like the Quanta Vandal or the Quanta or anything like that with range. So it just seems like it drops off really early at like 20 meters, 25 meters, somewhere around there. Um, and it renders you pretty much useless with that weapon. So the Brawler Pack, all the weapons seem to leave you useless at range. But hopefully you can find a way to close the distance because he is not fast at all.
I will keep the orbiter
But
hidden in the void. You can count on
I
me.
did use it on the lower levels, mid-range levels, stuff like that. This gun's really going to perform well for you. I found that using it as the scissor action, as in like concentrating the beam, letting off, concentrating the beam, letting off, concentrating the beam, just constantly scissor chopping with it, seems to be very, very effective and actually works a lot better than concentrating on one target at a time because of the fact that I don't run punch through on it means that it's constantly sweeping as everyone falls down. So it is an interesting mechanic, but with the way it works and then having that reload problem because the beam has to split back out before you can reload the gun, I'm not really recommending this gun. The only reason I have it is because, as I said, Cthulhu donated it with the Brawler Pack to me, so I leveled it up, did what I could with it. Now, I didn't spend a lot of time with it, so it could do a lot more, it could use formas, but as of where it sits right now at a basic build with 2 left over on capacity, I'm really not finding it as in my taste to actually take and put those kind of resources into it when other shotguns will outperform it. I mean, do you get any better than the Phage for shotgun damage? If you're gonna go with the lack of ability to take and control the spread of the weapon and also range, range debuffs as what, I don't know what to say. I'd say range debuffs, maybe a better term would be, range penalties. How's that? Range penalties will work. With the range penalties on a weapon, I am going to give it to the phage as of, you know, just straight out damage. This gun is just not for me, but it was a good time at lower levels. It did make me laugh. It was fun to try to figure out how to use. Um, Cthulhu was running the same frame and guns as well, and he did not care for it at all. So you're gonna have to take a look into it. Give me your opinion and tell me what you think about it. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing there, but as for me, I'm just not seeing it in this gun. So to end this video, make sure that you subscribe, like, dislike, comment, follow me on Twitch if you want to. Feel free to drop in, get in on any of these videos, these streams and stuff like that. All you gotta do is let me know, hit me up in PC Warframe, and we can rock out, and I can get your opinions and feelings on it. But other than that, I really hope to see you in the grind, and have a good one. What's up, everybody? This is Lost Dreams 2580 coming at you with another Let's Talk Builds video. Now, this is going to be the third on the Rumbler pack that I'm doing here through live feed, just taking and doing this because, let's face it, quite frankly, I just do not feel like taking and doing any editing and stuff like that, so I am probably going to make mistakes in this situation, just taking and, you know, talking, rambling, letting you know what I feel about these weapons. So this is out of the Rumbler pack. You can access it all in the market, or you can buy everything individually. You don't have to buy the actual Rumbler pack itself. But this was donated to me by Cthulhu of the Steam community on this game, and he was rocking it out with me last night. Literally, get it? Ha ha ha. I just caught myself making a pun inadvertently. Rocking it out in the actual gameplay stream from last night of us leveling these up and giving our opinions and thoughts on it. Check it out if you feel like looking how these weapons actually look in the field. Like I said in the last video, I'm pretty sure that all of you that are looking through this are looking for their opinions and thoughts and feelings from other people on whether it's worth it to try to get it or not. But this is 17.5, and we have a lot of issues and a lot of good things as well too. One thing is this frame. This frame's not too bad for mid-range, as I said before. So check out the Atlas build of the Rumbler pack, and you will actually be able to take and get my thoughts and opinions on that. But this one's about the Sonicore. Now, this gun is absolutely fun to use. The blast radius on it seems to just radiate further than what you'd think it would, and makes up for the limited range. It seems like it has a slight seeking ability as well too, a nice soft lock onto it. I noticed it was swerving every once in a while into targets back and forth, you know, depending on where I was shooting it. It even looked like it may explode in proximity as well too. I'm not quite sure. You'll have to look into it. There was a lot of shit flying around last night because we were just going gung-ho with this. Now, I think the cosmetics on this gun are ugly. Ugly as shit. I mean, it looks to me like they took and said, we need a gun. I don't feel like doing anything on it. So-and-so's on fucking on break, on the holiday, whatever. Let's just slap something together. They grabbed a couple rollers and drew up some straight lines and put it on there. The mechanics of it coming out of his arm, like that. The gun, I'm not a big Minecraft fan, so therefore, no offense to the people that are watching this that are Minecraft fans, it's your game of choice. I just feel that it is just ridiculous. If I want to play Legos, I'll play Legos. But anyway, so this looks like a Lego piece. In fact, all of his weapons just kind of look like crap, except, I mean, even the claws have their own little functionality issues as well too, but they're the best of the three weapons that you're going to get with the deal. But anyway, so let's get into this. Like I said, this is a very limited range weapon. It seems like it may only go 20 meters before it takes and explodes, so you're going to find yourself actually taking and shooting at nothing and just getting little tiny bits of splash damage on the people that are, you know, in front of the blast. Now, you will learn to use it, but it is fun. Out of the three weapons that come in the Rumbler pack, I'm going to keep this one. I enjoyed this one. This one was a great weapon. I thought I can deal with the range issues because most of the time I'm close enough to do that. But don't expect to shoot this across the room. Every single thing in this pack is going to be ranged. So it's something you're going to have to figure out whether you can deal with or not. So let's slip into the upgrades here.
If I'm your
Now
safe operative, your chosen
on
Warframe
paper,
suits
this is the
you.
shittiest of the weapons.
Ha.
Well, actually, maybe the claws are the most shitty. But anyway, we'll get to that in the next video. Impact. So basically, it looks like they tried to make this a little bit like direct damage Penta without taking any kind of damage back. Now, you can proc this anywhere around you, and it's just going to ragdoll shit everywhere. It is so epic. I mean, just the way people fly around with the ragdoll effect in this one was phenomenal. That makes it much more enjoyable. The problem comes in when you start trying to shoot people that are outside your range and you're like, what's going on here? Oh, is it that glitch where that one person falls that's fucking ridiculously hard to kill compared to the same person beside them? No, it's not. It's outside your range. So as I was playing last night in the live stream, which you can catch in my on my on my page there if you want to take a look through. Maybe it might actually even be in your recommendations. Who knows at the end of this video? I don't even know how that shit works. I'm just here to try to give you information. But I did it many, many times, thinking, going bloodthirsty about a whole bunch of people trapped in a door trying to run through, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get them, and then boom, I'm I'm procking it like literally like 3 meters outside the door and only doing slight little damage to him. So it does have its ups and downs. Coupled with Atlas himself, I am not feeling this weapon when it's coupled with Atlas, because Atlas is so large. When you take an aim, most people in this game, I don't know if you're like me, you like to aim down sights when you're keeping stuff all in front of you, and it takes, and his shoulder, not the actual attachment, but the lower, his bicep and elbow and all that shit take up so much room. And then on top of it, this weapon then spreads out and goes over top of your reticle, blocking pretty much the whole center of your screen, and all you can see is the little reticle. So you're spending your time aiming underneath that little wing that's out there. I don't know if that was supposed to go out that far to make it so that you're using that as a guide of what you're shooting or not, but it just jumbled up. It was worse using him with this weapon than Mirage with all her Hall Mirror stuff going on around it. But anyway, so I went and obviously did combined status chance stuff, and not obviously going for the actual status chance itself, because there is no status chance on this weapon. So it's not gonna happen. But anyway, so I went with the blast radius and the corrosive on it just to get as much damage out as possible. Now you'll notice that it really does not have that great of damage. But where it does excel is it's going to knock everyone down, every time. Pretty much every time, unless they have really high resistance to knockdown, like Atlas does. Um, so, anyway, no status chance. Reload is ridiculously long. Not feeling the reload on it for what it is on the arm. When he just reaches over and goes boop, it should just go click click and be done, just like all the other armature weapons should. Magazine, I have it raised up now. It was still in a decent place for the fire rate, so this is one of those weapons where you're going to definitely take and capitalize off of pistol ammo mutation with nothing on it, because you don't need that extra stuff. You just need one or two here and there. The fire rate keeps it entertaining. It's just spaced out enough that you can see through it because of the flight path of the weapon and the explosions and stuff like that. It allows it to clear up before the next one hits. Now, if you add like speed trigger or something, whatever, the variant of speed trigger is here, gunslinger. If you add gunslinger to it, then you will obviously have a different result. But I did not take and put anything into that. I just went straight damage as much as possible on this base, base build here. So Deep Freeze Max, they gave you the curse of the sickle polarity slot, or some people call it the D polarity slot. Yeah, I was slapped in the face with that one. Seeing as how there is no status chance, what's the point of putting the other mod on there? Um, Pistol ammo mutation, I kept it light. Barrel diffusion, gonna use that up. Uh, and then taking and going into the heat charge. I couldn't fit a full heat charge on there, so this gun could definitely use some formas. Ice Storm to give it a little extra capacity. Pistol Pestilence, Jolt, and Hornet Strike. Now, this is going to be one of those guns that if I do anything with it, it is definitely going to get formatted out the ass. So, I was overall thrilled with this weapon. It was a good time, and I am going to end this stream on that. You guys are going to have to let me get back to me on your feelings and opinions. Feel free to comment, like, dislike, and subscribe to the channel, or follow me on Twitch if you're on Twitch a lot. I do a lot of streaming over there as well too. I'm just starting up on it, so I'm liking YouTube a lot better because that's my home base. But then again, change is always good. So until the next time, I hope you go out there and kill a whole bunch of things and bitch about this weapon and all this coupled with the pack, so to speak. And I will see you in the grind. What's up, everybody? This is Lost Dreams 2580 coming to you with the last of the installations of the Let's Talk builds on the Rumbler pack, released in update 17.5, which in my opinion was a disappointment and a glorious thing all at the same time. But anyway, as I said in previous videos, on the Sonic Core, the Convectrix, and also Atlas himself, this build, well, not build, but this pack was donated to me by Cthulhu, one of the Steam community viewers and game players that comes into my streams with me as well too. Um, I don't have a lot to say on this weapon. I don't have a lot to say on it. Let's go straight into the upgrades for it here, and then I'll let you know how that works out. But give me a second here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this weapon was great and sad all at the same time, seeing as how I don't use a lot of fist weapons. Obviously, it is what it is. It is not that great on paper, and it is, in my opinion, quite less on the field. There's not a whole hell of a lot you can do with this. I've tried to stretch it out in every way, shape, and form possible. And I just could not do it. Life Strike in the high levels doesn't even seem to work well with it either. So basically, given this the whole I'm glad that I got rid of it. Was it fun to beat people up with your fists? Yes, but this frame Atlas comes with its own ability that does it for you. So putting this on it was just not something that I was really into seeing. I did use it, leveled it up, because obviously if it was given to me as a gift, I'm not going to turn it down, and I'm going to do what I have to do to take it and give you my views, feelings, and opinions on it. Impact sucks. Puncture sucks. Slash sucks. Corrosive damage sucks. Wall attack useless since the parkour builds. Status chance is as good as it's gonna get there. 22% chance is as good as it's gonna get. Spin attack sucks. Leap attack sucks. And the sad thing is, if you look over there, I used every single bit of mod capacity I possibly could in this build. And it's sad when this is the best out of all of them that I could come up with. Now, this weapon has a starting base attack speed of 19.917. Sorry about the 19. And I can't even say let's talk builds to this one because it just sucks that bad, in my opinion. There is nothing that I'm going to be able to do with this weapon to justify it. With him, doesn't really help out much. I mean, yeah, it does damage. That's what it does. That's all it does is deals damage. It does have an actual proc when it hits the ground, a ground pound, you know, seismic shock that hits. But other than that, spin detect, hit detection sucks on it. The punching hit detection, the range, everything else on this gun. I mean, a gun on this weapon just reeks. I hate it. Now it may not be my playing style, and it may be your playing style. So if it is your playing style, you keep the damn thing, because I don't want it anymore. I am actually going to get rid of this weapon. So anyway, let's look at what I did with it here. I went towards the crit, which is the only good thing on it. The only thing I didn't do was is I should have taken and buffed up the critical multiplier, which would have made it a little bit more efficient, but I'm not wasting my time after the performance that I got from it last night on the live stream. You can catch all that by just taking and viewing my channel and going down through and finding it. It won't be that hard. It's live stream. It's there. Anyway, but it just was not me. It just was not me. So anyway, Life Strike, got it on there. Didn't really help out much. Um, Virulent Scourge, put it on there for the corrosive effect. Same with Velodic Strike. Um, but it did, yeah. Spoiled Strike and Pressure Point to get the actual damage buff as much as possible, which as you can see over there really isn't that much. Fury to counteract, Spoiled Strike, and then Berserker to go with the crit build, because if you get it up at a nice speed, it constantly crits on its own. So it's a little, basically I build it up pretty much the same as the Jet Katag. And critical chance boost with True Steel. So that is about it. I really don't have a lot to say on it. I mean, if you feel something different, or you have a different type of actual structure setup that's going to go with that, I mean, feel free to post and comment and let me know. And as always, feel free to hit that like button. I am very sorry that I just don't have anything to say about this weapon. It is just not in its epic place. I mean, there are going to be those weapons, and this weapon just feels like I'm playing with a Skana. An MK1 Skana. I mean, hell, actually, I'm sorry, I would even like to play, I like playing with the Skana a hell of a lot better than I like playing with this, and I hate the Skana. So, anyway, do it up how you want, but this is the last of the Rumbler pack, and his designed weapons for him, and I am just not feeling it. So hopefully that you feel it a lot more than I do, but from this, I hope you can understand the aggravation with it. And on that note, I will see you in the grind.